You go out of state.
You're more accessible.
You're more exactly. You're right there. Everybody wants to come see you. They want to show that love.
So you're an artist that's constantly on the road. You're constantly gone,
yes.
constantly working, and the merchandise game. I was talking to Gene, and he was telling me that you have your name on anything to get your name on, man.
Exactly, man. Yeah, I got Still Banging Lokes, Still Banging shirts. We got Flask. We got everything out there. CDs. I mean, the merch game is on lock right now. Beanies, hats. You name it. I mean, that's where it's at. And for any artists out there, get your merch game up because that's where the money's at.
Yeah, you have to brand. Like your brand really counts in this
your
industry.
Brand, big time. Yeah, the marketing, the brand, everything. I mean, you got to go out there and market it, brand it, and everything, and put your name on every single thing. Yeah. So if you're sporting something of mine, they're gonna be like, hey, where'd you get that at? Okay, Still Banging Music. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah.
So besides the T-shirts, what sells the most?
I would say a lot of the hat. Well, CDs, of course, and hats.
CDs, of course. Yeah.
You
selling flasks? Who's buying the flasks?
A lot of the ones that like to sing.
Yeah, right. They buy the flasks. They keep it in a little coat. Do the thing. Okay.
Yeah. Like me, I get my Hennessey honey, put it in there, and get my little trago here and there.
I respect that. I kind of want to get back to the CD real quick. Okay. You're saying, that this is your last project that you just dropped. Yeah. What was the process as far as doing it? Like what,
You know what? I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. I was signed with the company for a lot of years, and this would be my first project under Still Banging Music as an independent label. I put it out myself, financially, everything. I mean, the promotions, everything behind it, and this right here, it's golden to my heart. You know what I mean? Because it was all me.
This is your baby.
That's my baby. Yeah.
So independent means more money, right? You get more money back than every CD you buy.
Now I see my numbers. I see what's going on. I know exactly what's going on. You know what I mean?
Talk about the money, fine. You don't give me a look like that. It's all about the paper.
No. That was actually going to be my next question.
The money, man.
Hey, but I'm going to give a shout out to my old label, Urban Kings, you know what I mean? Because they did a lot of grinding, a lot of pushing for me. And still got love for them, man. You know what I mean? That's where we started off at. You know what I'm
now, I have a question in regards to that. As an artist, that you really don't do like the back work, like the marketing and all that. You're sitting there. I'm not gonna say sitting there, but you're waiting on certain moves to happen. Things like that. Do you go through this mindset of like, man, they ain't doing shit for me. Like they're not really pushing my stuff. And now that you're doing independently, like, do you like kind of see like, okay, maybe they were doing stuff and I was just being impatient, or is it like,
I'll be 100% real with you. I've always been a patient artist. My thing is, if they say it's gonna be a CD is gonna be out in September, well, I'm gonna wait. They said don't release a song, I won't release a song until the right time. Promotions, everything goes behind it. Even being an independent myself, I put promotion into my music. I make sure I give it a month, a couple weeks, a month, 2 months before I drop something. So patience is a big thing. With being with the company, you gotta grind. No matter what, you're with the company or not, you grind. Your grind don't stop just because you're with the company. You keep it moving. And that's how I was when I was with Urban Kings.
Do you feel like there's a lot of artists that are signed to a record label and they're just hanging out and just waiting for the record label to make moves? Right?
Yeah. A lot of times, a lot of artists really don't. They don't have that full grind like they should have. They wait around for the next man to tell them, "Oh, go do this, go do that," instead of being like, "Hey, what's next? What are we gonna do?" Like, you gotta have that motivation. You gotta have the momentum. And say, you know what? What's next? What are we doing? And if there's nothing going on, you go out there and get it. Go out there and do it. Represent your team. Go out there and get it. You have to.
Or they don't like brush up on games, so they just rely on someone else to do their
exactly. Yeah. And for me myself, that I run Still Banging Music, my own label, I put up my own artists. So my thing is to get my team together. Let's go out there, let's go rock the shows, and let's get something popping. And one of the artists says, "I got a show somewhere else." Rock that show. Go out there and get it.
Get that money. Get that check.
Money, man.
Get that cheddar. Okay,
do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? And it's all about that grind. It's all about the hustle. You got to keep pushing. You know what I mean?
And it has to be a beautiful feeling putting artists that you believe on in a position to win, right? Hey, exactly. We got these shows coming up. Hey, jump in the booth, record this music, explain that to us, man. Because now you're in the CEO position. You're a little bit different,
Yeah, well, pretty much it's like we just get in there, get in the lab, drop music, make sure we get the dates on point, and we just keep on pushing out. And we gotta make sure we pump that product out. You got your product game has to be on point. If you ain't got no product, then you get slept on, man. You know what I mean? So.
And as far as your product go, what was the hardest step as far as releasing your album?
Hardest step? Make sure I pick the right tracks for the album, and it's a good album. It's dope because pretty much it's all me right there. So whatever I put out there, it shows where my mind was at, where my heart was at with the music, and what the fans are gonna feel. You know what I mean?
What's your favorite song on this new album?
You know what, man? There's a lot of good songs in there. I got a track called Get Click Clack, and that song is just it's jumpy, it's bouncy. It has Glasses Malone on there, produced by Lely Cruz, and this track is you feel it when I'm on stage rocking it, doing it. Everybody just bam, get click, clack, yeah, get click, clack. You know what I mean? They're getting into it. And then I also have a track called Where Do We Go? Now, Where Do We Go talks about a drug addiction, man. You know, a lot of people get caught up in drug addiction and don't know have a way out, man. So what I did is I used my own experiences of what I've been through, and I was able to get past the drug addiction I was involved in. So I did a song to hit the people, you know, a lot of the fans, you know, hit them in the heart, man, and show, hey, if I can stop using drugs, man, so can you know what I mean? So it's been hard, man. I see a lot of my friends, you know, on meth, man, on heroin, and they don't have no way out, man. So what I did was I just gave them some inspiration. You know what I mean?
A little escape.
A little escape, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what hip hop is.
Because they see you doing it, right? So like, yo, if this dude's doing it, he was doing this, he was doing that, I could do it too. You know what I'm saying? Even if it gives them inspiration to get by one day at a time, doing it, man. Big ups for that, man. I appreciate that.
Awesome. Yeah. All right, we'll be right back after these.
B-side show, baby. B-Squad Takeover. B-Side show, B-Squad Takeover, baby. Yeah.
Making noise, got the Glock toys, singing like the boys. Got one choice, swollen steroids. The hood stays active as my homeboys. No Birdie Boy Floyd, just the real McCoys. Spraying lead on the blocks, leave them paranoid. We destroy your androids, you talking to the boys. Beat your ass quick for wolfing out your hemorrhoids. Those slip sink ships while you're scared like a bitch. You should've known better not to bust a fucking switch. Now you get clips, cause that's it we don't miss. We all about the biz and these Nike Cortez. We know the pop lead when we see the color red. We keep it south side on that west coast shit. Gangsters certified, homie, yeah, you know us. We keep it OG like my homeboy Big Poison. Rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys. We some rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys. Catch us on the rock. We some motherfucking rock boys. B-L-O, C to the K. You can catch me on the block, get ready to spray. If you see me in the alley, then I'm trying to get paid. Got a scrap in my hand Monday to Sunday. Gunplay in LA is an everyday thing. Got some killers on my team, fresh out the PJs. Mayday is what the hood I say. I got love for ATL cause I roll with the Braves. The hardest that you see from that East First Street. That's my battle big rats about the AVGs. Mission Block, Mission Road, that's the place to be. Little bird, big sleeps in green. Throw some models out the block if you know what I mean. Flags team on the scene, respected on the streets. At least so really Joe G's got you running out your cleats. Don't say a damn thing if you see a pirate B. Rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys. We some rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys. Catch us on the rock. We some motherfucking rock boys. Mission Rock Boys, homie, we the best of them. Turn my locals, that's a click in the projects. Homes leading through your walls. We holding up the neighborhood like Shorty out in Texas. Tatting and it's so good. He up in the flesh. I call that ink therapy. Flats on my belly. I earned it on the streets. G, we holding down the fort. Fuck a snitch up in court. They never had no horde. Answer from the jump start. Rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys. We some rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys, rock boys. Catch us on the rock. We some motherfucking rock boys. We some motherfucking rock boys. We some motherfucking rock boys.
Hey, welcome back.
B-Side show, B-Squad. Inside show,
Yep,
B-Squad.
yep.
We gotta promote it.
Man, you got the B Squad going on.
Well, you guys just saw Block Boys, and that's the newest video from your new album, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
All right, talk to us about it. Like,
with that song Block Boys, man, I say, you know, we got to take it back to the streets. You know, I took it back to the hood where it all started at, you know what I mean, for me. And I said, you know what? Gotta hit it back to the block. And we just released it maybe about a few weeks ago or something like that. And it's been getting a pretty good response. You know what I mean? A lot of the streets are like, man, that's good. We need that old Midget Loco back. Man, come back with that street
So
stuff.
did he use a lot of people from your neighborhood?
Mostly everybody in there was from the neighborhood and a couple homies from the camp. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
You're from Boyle Heights, correct?
Boyle Heights, yeah.
How does Boyle Heights, how did it influence you as an artist?
You know what? Growing up in gang culture in the streets and all that, man, it seemed the struggle of the streets. I looked at it and I said, man, I can do music and talk about my reality of what I see, man.
You could tell the story that other people can't, right?
Exactly.
Your homeboys that are going through a struggle, going through this, going through that. You could tell the story and you could report it.
Exactly, yeah, exactly, man. It's basically having, music is a voice for us, a voice for those that don't have a voice. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So we go out there and do it. Yeah.
That's a lot of weight to carry. That's a great thing, right?
It is, man. Yeah. And I've been doing it for a minute, man. So they're trying to rock it out for Boyle Heights. You know.
And speaking of like Boyle Heights, I know there's a lot of talk going around that in regards to a lot of the changes going on in the hood, in the Boyle Heights area and like Echo Park and all that. Now that you went back and you're working with in this project, you worked with your old friends. Do they notice that difference? That they're still there, or is it something that's just kind of like?
Yeah, everybody talks about the whole gentrification and everything going on. Even when you go to the neighborhood, you see the different new houses that are being built. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And we know eventually they're just trying to move us all out. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what happens, right? The area becomes cool to live in.
Yeah.
You have these people that maybe trust fund babies. They get money from their mom and dad. They want to move in these cool areas, and unfortunately, it pushes people that live in those areas, that are from those areas, out, and they're scrambling to find a spot, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think with something with Boyle Heights, man, I think what that is, Boyle Heights is a city of culture, man. So much culture. So bringing that into our neighborhood, man, is taking away the culture of Boyle Heights and the East Los whole vibe, you know what I mean? Yeah. The low riding scene, the streets, the gangs, whatever it is, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's like seeing that coming in, it's like, what's going to happen with our culture? What's going to happen to them walls and Tapayac?
Well, that's what happens, right? They want to keep pushing them out, and unfortunately, unless you have a lot of money to fight it, there's not much you can do. And that's probably a long story behind that whole gentrification thing and everything. Yeah. So your fans must really appreciate you bringing back to the streets when all that stuff is going on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Still representing for the culture, still representing for the low riders, all the homies, things of that nature.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a lot of homies always say, "Man, it's good. You never forget where you come from, man." And that's one thing I do as an artist is I know my roots where I come from, and I always represent it, man, to the fullest. You know what I mean? Got to get back to the streets. You know what I mean? That's where you started.
Aside from like obviously using people that you grew up with and on your projects, what other things you think as an artist you could do to keep that culture still alive?
I think what I could do is those homies out there that have talent, man, bring them up, help them out, get them out there, fulfill their dreams. Someone help me fulfill my dream as a dude coming from Boyle Heights. Someone help me out. So for me, it's like to help my team out, my artists out, and say, come on, man, if I can do it, you can do it. Let me help you out. You know what I mean?
And it all goes back to being independent, right? Like we were talking about the break.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait on a record exec to say, you know what, your boy does have talent. Let's bring him on board for a project.
Exactly.
You believe in your artist. You believe in your boy. Yeah. Hey, let's do this, man. Let's get you in the studio. Let's keep it pushing,
Every single artist on my team I believe in, and I know they can do something, you know what I mean? And my job is to push them, make sure they get out there, and they go out there, rock a show, and say, man, I'm here. I made it. You know what I mean?
Speaking of the team, you got this, the Confidential album with your team, still banging?
Yeah, still banging music. Confidential album just dropped. It was a couple years in the making. There was a lot of things in between. It was a project that, took a lot of work and time, and it's here. We dropped it this year, and it's ready to go.
Why don't we just bring them on? We have them here.
What's up? Still banging? What's up, man? Come on, still banging. Get it. We got our blue stomp right here. Big Blue Stomps.
Hi.
What's up, man? Good to meet you. I wish I had a cool name like that, man.
Yeah.
I wish I had a cool name like Blue Stomps.
We got Drooping.
What's up, man? Baka. What's up, man? How you doing?
I met you already.
We got Lady J. She's our singer.
How you doing?
Hey, girl.
We got Hennessey.
Yo, Hennessey.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fun
talk about a cool
person.
damn name, man.
Right here is my compadre
What's
right here,
up,
man.
Baka,
One of the
pleasure.
dopest artists and producers out there, man. You know what I mean? Does the
Awesome.
videos.
Hi,
He's
how are
dope.
you?
Lely Cruz right here. Oh yeah.
Coming in.
Gangster Rick right here. One of my newest artists right here. Ready to rock the mic. You know what I mean? Do his
What's
thing.
up, man? Baka. Pleasure to meet you, man. Pleasure to meet you, dude.
Yeah.
Yo.
Hi,
You said you're going independent and you're putting your people on. I didn't expect you to put the whole damn neighborhood on, man.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of damn people, right?
Why don't we all get back here?
Hey, but you know what? I'm
Everybody
gonna tell you,
here.
man. Everybody here, man, is all from different areas. You know what I mean? Pasadena, Indio, Boyle Heights. You know what I mean? All different areas, man. And as long as I see
Yo,
something,
Hennessey, get in here, man. I got questions for you.
Hennessey.
Come on, Hennessey.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
Hennessey, talk to me. How'd you get this name Hennessey?
I
Speaking of the mic. Hold my mic. It's all good.
my husband started calling me Hennessy. I don't know why, but it's
Listen, nobody, no.
No one's judging you.
No. Your husband
Too much
doesn't
Hennessy.
Your husband does not wake up one day, look over and say, from now on, your name's Hennessy. Something happened.
Ask the husband.
Husband.
You're the husband? Okay.
All
What
right,
happened,
let's
husband?
do this.
So, all right, so it's kind of like you said, you know, you may not wake up and just say, hey, you know, your name's gonna be Hennessy. I mean, Hennessy gets me fucked up, right? It gets me drunk, makes me feel good, and then there you go.
She blushing.
That's his Hennessy. You know what I mean?
Yo, look at
Hey,
you,
that's
man.
romantic.
Just putting yourself over on this show, man. Good for you, dude. It's going to be a good ride home for you, man. I appreciate that, dude. I appreciate that. So tell us about your other artists, man. Blue Stop over here.
There's a Blue Stomper. He's my homeboy from my neighborhood, man. And I see a lot of potential in him. I see a lot of talent in him. And I said, come on, man. Let's go. Let's do this, man. You from the hood. I want to bring you in, man. So right now, working on him right now. Getting him out. He's featured in this album, this new album, California OG. But the song, what was it called again, Doug? What's it called? You know the name of it?
It's that song that's out right now.
Old School Vatos. Yeah, you know what I mean?
There you
That's
go,
right.
man. Explain your music for the people, man. What does your music represent?
Well, you know what? The music that I want to put out there with Still Banging is it's gonna give back to the streets. You know what? I'm with Midget Loco on that on giving back to the streets because there's a lot of youngsters out there. You know, we got to try to guide them, try to want to lead them the right way. You know, but if they know that we know where they're coming from, hey, that's all the better. You know what I mean?
Each
There you
one
go, man.
teach one.
There's a lot of lost dudes out there too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got a lot
and
of
thankfully, we
homeboys.
got OGs like you to grab them by the fucking neck and say, get it together. You know?
Hey, you know what? They fall through the cracks sometimes. Society, it just happens. You know what I mean? But we do our best to try to pick them back up. I don't care who you are. I'll pick you up if you want to get up.
I respect that, man. Who else we got over here?
Okay,
man?
So we got Lyric Cruz right here, producer. We got Big Droopy right here.
What's up, man? Talk to me about your music, man.
What's up,
Whatever,
man? What's
whatever.
Up? How you doing?
They all the mics work the same. Doesn't matter.
I got you.
Tell me about your music, man.
Well, basically, I got an album that was released last year called Overtime. It was produced by David Salas. I got MC Magic on it. We got Little Cuete. Of course, Mr.
Caroline
Loco
Rodriguez,
himself, Caroline
Gambia.
Rodriguez. Yeah, it's pretty sick album, man.
You just over here dropping names, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. Well, yeah, I mean, it's just how it is in the game, man. You gotta
There you go, man.
start
There you
working
go.
with other people and get that hustle on. You know what I mean?
I respect it, man. Who else we got over here? Who we
Okay.
got over here,
Then
man?
we got Gangsta Rick right here.
Rick.
Gangsta Rick.
Again, I wish I had a cool name like Gangsta Rick, man. That's such a good
Hey,
fucking name,
hey.
dude. I respect
You know
that.
what though? I used that name because I didn't want to use my street name. You know what I'm saying? Gangsta Rick.
So,
you know
so
what I mean?
Gangsta Rick was the more politically correct name.
Yeah, and
Okay.
also too, when I was in elementary and shit, they had an Asian guy named Rick, and then they had me Rick. So they'd be like, "Oh, Asian Rick or Gangsta Rick?" You know what I mean?
That's right.
I
that's how
respect
I
that,
got
man.
that shit.
Where you from, man? Explain to us your music as well.
Pasadena, City of Roses, and the SGV. My thing, I'm working on an album called West Till My Dead. Got features like Midget Loco, a lot of OG people on it, and I'm just letting everyone know how it is in Pasadena. A lot of people don't know how Pasadena really is, and the West North Side, our section is really big, and a lot of people don't know how it is because we're a tourist city, because the Rose Parade and all that. They don't put nothing on news, and it's more deadly than a lot of other cities, and a lot of people don't know that. So I'm just repping for our section in Pasadena. You know what I mean? For people that
Because
never had a
because
voice.
people from the outside, all they see is the Rose Parade. They see the Rose Bowl. They don't see
Yeah.
these little cuts and
Right,
different sections of
they
Pasadena.
see all
right?
that. Not only that, but Pasadena purposely does not let the news media get a hold of our information. You know, you can go on Pasadena now on Facebook. You'll see all the shootings and all that. That's on the side where I'm at. You know, my Theo, rest in peace. You know, drive by like that's just how it is on our side, and a lot of people don't know that. So I'm here to put our side out. You know?
And that's what hip hop music does, man. Hip hop music
And
is
again,
a voice of voices,
and
just like we're talking about.
Like Stomps was saying, you know, I'm doing this shit for our youngsters like, fucked up like we did, you know what I mean? You know, live that better life and shit, stay out that shit, you know what I mean?
There you go, man. Who else we got back
Okay,
here? We
we gotta get Lyric Cruz right here, man. You gotta hear something from Lyric.
Yeah, you already got the mic.
I mean, it's all good.
Did you
We
bring
can
that
get
microphone?
anybody,
You got
man.
it to
I popped it out of my pocket, man. Matter of fact, I got your wallet too,
I don't
man.
even know where you got that. I don't even know where you
Just
got that
letting you know I
mic
got
from.
your wallet
This
too,
man
man.
pulled a mic out of his pocket and shit. There you go.
Nah, thanks to the homegirl
You
over
can
here,
take my
man.
wallet. There's not much in it, so you can have it. It's fine. No one's gonna steal my identity.
Yeah,
man. Go ahead.
homegirl felt bad. She was like, give him a mic. Nah, what's up, man? My name is Lyric Cruz. I'm with Still Banging Music. You know, of course, that's my compadre over here. I got a lot of love for him, man. We've been through ups and downs, plenty of them. You know what I mean? Right now, I'm working on an album called Against All Odds. my music is mainly based on, you know what I mean, like my lifestyle too, man. I grew up as a hustler, you know, I grew up around a lot of gangbangers as well, you know, the streets, but I just didn't get involved in that. I just learned how to grind and hustle, you know.
Get that cheddar.
Yeah, thanks
get that
to my
money.
pops and
get that squilla.
You know what I mean? Everybody on the block that didn't want me to join the gang, they said, no, here, go push this. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's called Against All Odds. I'm working on it right now. I got 6 tracks deep. You know what I mean? Anybody want to work, they need beats too, let me know, man. You can reach out to Midget. You can reach out to anybody in the family. You know what I mean? Or reach out to me straight up.
There you go, man. That's the beauty of independence, right? It's hand to hand. We can, you know, I can chop it up with you. We can talk numbers. Here's what it is, man. Who else you got over here?
We got Lady J right here. She's our singer, you know what I mean?
Again, somebody you brought your own mic from home, or what's going on? Damn, man. You motherfuckers don't prepare to the B-side show.
Yo, hi, I'm Lady J. Still Banging Music. I've been with Still Banging for a long time now. Just started with my primo. He's my primo, Midge. We just met. I don't know. It was the way we met was I had a funeral. But yeah, I've just been singing, doing hooks for everybody on the team, working on my own stuff now. So hopefully this year we'll get out.
And she was also featured on that song "Where Do We Go" about the drug addiction. She's the one singing.
There you go.
Man,
there you go.
Yeah, that was my first video.
Yeah,
so
first video.
I'm
So
excited.
yeah.
But yeah.
Listen, man, it looks like you've been a lot of people on fighting lanes for a lot of people to fulfill their dreams. To, hey, if you want to hustle, you want to work hard, you want to do it, let's do this. This is it, man. So congratulations to you more than anybody, man.
Appreciate it, man.
So as far as like all your guys' music and stuff, like where can we find it?
You can find it on iTunes, anywhere music sold, on digital websites, stillbangingmusic.bigcartel.com. Follow us on IG on Still Banging, Instagram, Still Banging, Team Still Banging on Facebook. Just look us up. Anywhere you look up, you can find us there. YouTube.
Do you have any local shows where?
Actually, we just got back from New Mexico. You know what I mean? I came back from San Antonio recently, New Mexico, Arizona. We do movies. I've been involved in a lot of movies and a lot of background work and stuff. You know what I mean? Videos with a lot of different people. So we've been all over the place right now. We're lining something up for Arizona. So we should be back in Arizona pretty soon. So yeah.
So that's the next show
Where
they can catch you at.
Yeah. And we're doing a lot of meet and greets too. A lot of people in different states are like, hey, come down for a meet and greet. You know, come down there, sign autographs, things like that, sell merchandise, do your thing.
And all that info can be found on your website and obviously social media.
Yeah.
Okay, and as far as like your all the artists, are they also featured on the website or do they have their individual?
Yeah, every album that they're on will be it's on the website. Yeah.
Okay.
So stillbangingmusic.bigcartel.com.
All right, cool. So coming up, we have. You want to introduce the video?
Yeah. Okay. We got right here. It's Midget Loco, Still Banging Music. We got Lady J on this track called "Where Do We Go." Check it out right here on bsideshow.net, baby.
B-side show, baby. We out here.
Yeah.
See, we all got that family member, that friend, somebody you know that has a drug addiction. We're here to let them know that we can make their way out. You might have been that one that's like that. I mean, I know how that feels, but I had to break that chain. I'm living in a world that has so much pain. My primos on the streets living like a dope fiend. Don't know what to do, I try to help him out, but the pipe is by his mouth, all I see is a cloud of a child that had hopes and dreams. But the burning of the glass has him yelling and screams, trying to find his way back, his mind shackled in chains. No one to hug him tight, so he's still in the shame. So he takes another puff just to ease the pain. He cries out to God, nobody's listening, man. All he feels is alone, but he's trying to change. He's a victim of the tricks going on in his brain. He's trying to feel sane, but he's feeling insane. The tears from his eyes are dripping down like the rain. Nowhere to call home, so he roams the land. Another brown man in a bad predicament.
Where do we go when we lose hope? When we can't find a better way? Where do we go when everything's gone? It's about time we heal the shame. Where do we go?
In a world full of hate, we learn to hate ourselves. So we taking many drugs that are bad for our health. It's mentally a sickness that rottens our mind. So much we had no vision, so we walk like blind. Blind to this beat with no hopes or dreams. Another brown man feeling life's defeat. So a concrete cell, another hell of defeat. Got you shooting in your veins like some tattoo ink. Pobrecito homies got their hepatitis C. Not thinking of their health, but their black tar G. Releasing in the veins just to ease their pain. Shackles and chains can stop the prison in the brain. Sicker than a dog like that homeless man. Trying to get some crack, so we hustles up cans. We can all be a victim of these circumstances. Only got one life, stop taking a chance.
Where do we go when we lose hope? When we can't find a better way? Where do we go when everything's gone? It's about time we heal the shame. Where do we just take the time to love your life? Don't let the high inside bring you down for life. You gotta shake the pride, open up your eyes and realize there's more to life. No more pain, no more pain inside. Oh, oh, oh. Free to live your life. Just live your life. Oh, oh, oh. Where do we go when we lose hope?